Good evening, Ediana. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this portion of our interview. So I'd love to talk a little bit about your experience. So why don't you tell me about your experience, your past experience with admin work and what kind of tasks that you performed in the past?
Okay, yes, of course. So my admin experience started mainly in a doctor's office. I started as a front desk. That was 2018. I was working for Orlando Family Physicians. It was as the front desk. I started very young, so I was there for about a year as a front desk. Then they promoted me to manager in training, and they trained me to be a manager. I pretty much kept the girls in check. The front desk made sure everything was done in timely manner, that the doctors were happy and everybody else in the office was happy. And then the administrator left the office and I was able to fill in her shoes. So they gave me the opportunity and offered me the position. So I was able to do that until I believe almost 2 years from beginning to start. And then I was in FAMU, the College of Law. I also did admin job there. So for them, I did emails, I did some QuickBooks, I did a little bit of everything. So we were mainly the students department where I worked at. So we were more engaged, trying to do activities, trying to keep the load of going to College of Law. That's a lot of pressure. Also relieved that you can relieve your stress, have fun, and it's not all about just books, that you can also have a great experience in the College of Law. So that was mainly it from 2018 until 2023 last Friday.
Okay, great. Thank you for explaining all of that to me. So let's ask, I'm going to ask you a couple questions really about like how you work and, your work style and such. So how do you typically prioritize your workload? Like, especially when you've got, a lot of things on your plate. So how do you prioritize?
So when I have a lot of things of my in my plate, I usually start with the hardest thing. I feel like the most challenging part that will take most of my day. That way I can really concentrate on it, put my 100%, and then everything else that comes after that is more easier for me, that I find that can be done more quickly. It's rather than easier than the challenging one that is the first thing that I have my 100%, and I can just go from there.
Okay, great answer. Can you tell me about a time when you went above and beyond at one of the two jobs that you were just telling me about, either FAMU or the doctor's office, and what motivated you to go above and beyond? So, two-part question. One was about a time when you went above and beyond, and then what motivated you to do that?
Okay, so I have a lot of experience, and mainly from the doctor's office, because we used to deal a lot with elderly with Medicare patients. So for them, they usually had hearing problems or vision problems. So we would usually go above and beyond on a daily day basis, because we had to explain to them what was the paperwork. We had to explain the whole visit that they just had with the doctor again in the front desk, making sure they understand and that they have the knowledge, and make sure they understand what do they need to do after they leave this appointment, and make sure it gets done. So I would usually, when it would be something really important that they needed to do a mammogram or a test that was a high risk test, I would usually call the next day and make sure, like, oh, did you get it done? Were you able to call? Do you want me to call and make that appointment for you?
Yeah,
I will try to make their life easier, because I know it could have been a big decision or a big important matter.
sure. That's awesome. That's nice. I wish you worked in my doctor's office. So lastly, let's end it on something fun since it's a little bit of after hours here. Why don't you share a fun fact about yourself?
Well, I have a lot.
Okay.
So, a fun fact about myself,
Yeah. Tell me
um,
something fun.
I don't know. I would say, I don't know if this is fun, but I find it fun because I love her. But I have a 3-year-old daughter.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yes, so it
Absolutely.
keeps me really entertained when she's
Okay.
not in daycare. So I'm a busy, busy mom.
Busy mom. What do you guys like to do for fun?
or we go to the park. She's a water girl, so she loves water. Anything that has to do with water, she's gonna be there and she loves it. So
Okay, well, that is definitely fun. All
right.
right, well, Ediana, I'm going to go ahead and stop this portion of the interview, but don't hang up because we're going to go over a couple more things and I'll answer any questions that you might have. So
Okay.
don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
No worries.